if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's go. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Welcome, ladies and gents, to the Peti Kish on Live. Happy Thursday. I wanted to do a Thursday one instead of a Friday because I got a lot of things coming up this week. It's Easter weekend, I would say. Some people, if you're celebrating Easter, happy Easter. So I'll be gone for a little bit. I'm going to be busy myself with the spring break, all that stuff going on in the background. So I'm going to be a little bit busy. So I was like, you know what? I'll just do it today. Surprise. Happy April Fools, I guess, sort of. I don't know, whatever. I just wanted to do it. I was like, it doesn't really matter. I just want to do it now because I'm busy myself this weekend. So that's all I wanted to say about that. So welcome, everyone. There is a lot of topics. We're doing topics of the week. We got a lot to talk about. What is going on this week? What happened in the entertainment, pulp culture, gaming, movies, all sorts of things coming out. Is happening in the background. There is a lot of things here, guys. I appreciate all of you for coming, lurking, watching, whatever. Sub, like the stream as well. If you're new here, please sub if you like what I do on here. We talk about different things on here with entertainment, like I said. Gaming, movies, pulp culture, all sorts of things on here with a little bit of common sense and critical thinking. We get it done. We get our own opinions. We have conversations going on here. Hope you guys enjoy everything we go through on here. So, yeah, there's got a lot of things today, guys. Again, it's always the same. There's just a ton of things we have to go through, topic after topic. Let's just go to shotgun through these topics here, guys, because there is a lot. Let me see here. So let me get everything set here for me and for you guys. Bada bing. Bada boom. All right. So everything should be good. Let me check stream out real quick. I think we're good. We're all right. All right. Awesome. Awesome possum. Let's go. Okay. Yeah. So what's going to be happening is we're going to be going through these topics. We're going to do short ones. Some depends, again, how I feel, how I'm passionate about some of these topics. Some might be short. Some might be longer. Main topics, of course, as you've seen in the title. If you've been here, you already know. You already know what's up. So how's it going to be going down with all that? Okay, so let's see. I'm thinking about what to start with. There's so much stuff. I'm going to get some of these out of the way real quick. Let me see. There's a lot here, guys. A lot here. Let's get this out of the way. Some stuff real quick. Let me see. There's tons of stuff. Let's start with some funnies. Let's start with some funny stuff. Last week we were talking about the Harry Potter series. As you know, we were watching those we were reacting to some funny Harry Potter snippets. Of course, with all the things that are happening with Black Snape. People are memeing it to the heck and back. Yeah, like they should, because it is absolutely dumb. But we got more memes, guys, and I want to show these memes out real quick because these memes are pretty funny and ridiculous. This is one here. More Black Snape Harry Potter series coming out memes. So here we go. We have one here. Check this out. Hey, yo, is that Adam Driver? Yo, Adam Driver would be perfect. Dude, the AI is crazy, dude, with these. They're so good. This is what literally AI is made for, just memes. Like, straight up. It's hilarious. Adam Driver as Snape would be such a good casting. Too bad it's not copyrighted. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. That's why it's going to get cut out of the video if you guys don't see it. Hell yeah, the OG Snape wins. That one's so good, dude. That one's so good. It's so dumb. I love it, how dumb it is. Oh my gosh.
I'm real Snape, and today I smash you.
I'm going to smash you. We got another one here real quick. More funnies. More funny Harry Potter stuff. They're already dripping. So this one is going to be Drippin' House Harry Potter drip, pretty much.
Is that Harry Potter? They say you are the boy who dripped. Are you not, broski?
Type shit, sir. Type
Hey, why is it AK-47 as a stand for Dumbledore? Yo, Dumbledore has an AK-47. That's crazy.
Are you not, broski?
type shit, sir.
Type shit.
Type shit.
What the fuck is type shit? Dude, I'm too old for this. What the fuck is type shit? Is it like, that's legit shit?
Type shit, indeed.
I heard he doesn't have parents.
What a loser.
Well, for your sakes, I hope the three of you are ready, as today is house sorting day. Snape will explain further. He's just moved here from Atlanta. There are 4 main houses.
Houses like Griffin Drippin'
We own this bitch, you hear?
and Drippin' Pup.
Morning,
Drippin' Puff. Drippin' Gryffindor.
will be morning tonight.
Where's the sorting hat? Dobby is on his way with it.
That ass perfect, baby. I love the way you get it over
Hey,
the
yo.
turkey,
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
What the fuck, dude? Dude, even the sorting hat is dripping. Yo, look at Dobby. Oh, what the fuck? Dobbin's coming in hot. She's like, oh, Dobbin's... I just can't. Holy shit, that's insane. Holy shit. Okay. I think that's enough with some AI today. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit right there. Crazy shit. So there you go. Some funnies for you guys with Harry Potter. Oh my gosh. That was insane. Insane. This is why AI is made for. Pretty much. All right. Let's get into other topics today. Some little news here and there. And some big news. So here we go. Pirate Nation posted this. And I did see this, and I did confirm it. This is real. Capcom added the original Resident Evil games to Steam, but the games include Enigma DRM, known for tanking the performance. Again, same thing with the Dino Crisis 1 and 2. They just added Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. They're all the GOG versions of them. So if you have the GOG versions of them, there's no reason to get these. Only maybe to just have it in your library just in case, whatever. They're pretty cheap right now. So they are pretty decent ports. Now, the Enigma DRM, like I said, GOG doesn't have that, but Steam does. So, again, take this. At least it's a cheap price for these games that they are on discount at the moment. There's like a Resident Evil sale right now at the moment in Steam. So it's worth getting, but at the same time, it's going to be an inferior version just because of Enigma DRM, where GOG doesn't have that. So, like I said, it's cool to have, but at the same time, it's not the best version of these games. You get the GOG version is way better. So, yeah, they finally have this. They need a couple of more on Steam that are still missing. We still have Code Veronica missing on there. The OG Code Veronica. If they do that one, GOG does that one, and then they port it over to Steam, then you're going to have pretty much all the classics, besides like Survivor and like different spin-offs here and there, and then Outbreak, of course. But they mostly have almost all of them, of the Resident Evil. So that's pretty cool. At least they have the classics. It's pretty lazy though, but this is only a GOG port of it. If Capcom actually wants to do something cool with Resident Evil, they would upscale these or remaster these in some sort of way, like they did with the Tomb Raider 1 through 3 and 4 through 6 Tomb Raider games, the remasters. They would do it like that. I would love it if they do it like that. But it's still a good thing to have these Resident Evil games. So yeah, check those out. I think there was something else here with those Resident Evil games too. Let me see here real quick. Also, Cabrutus also posted this. Finally, I got them all ready on GOG. On the Steam version, we'll have to wait, unfortunately. But Breath of Fire 4 also got ported to Steam. So this is also the fourth one besides Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3. You get Breath of Fire 4. So if people don't know what it is, it's an RPG. It's the RPG Capcom. It's the Final Fantasy Capcom game. So that's Breath of Fire for you. So that is also there with Resident Evil. So good to have them. Like I said, DRM, I really dislike that, but at the same time, it's good to have in your library. You never know when these will go away. And plus, there's a sale right now, so why not just get them right now as they are? They're pretty cheap, and you can go back, and people can actually play the faithful versions of Resident Evil like they were supposed to be played. Like I said, if this was a remaster, it would be even better, because the remaster, you can have tank controls, you can have new controls to help it make it a little bit more easier on people. Better textures, maybe help with UI systems, but most of it would be the same. It just look better in some ways and keep everything the same. Like I don't think it would be difficult, but who knows? See, I'm not a programmer like that, but I could see that being a less of a work effort than remaking a game, But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool though. Okay, since we're on Resident Evil, and we're talking about Resident Evil stuff anyways, there is also another thing with Resident Evil real quick, guys. Let me see. There's other Resident Evil stuff. So, remember when, what's his name? Anthony Starr talked about, I'd like to play Albert Wesker and stuff. Remember he said that? Well, now, this is by Pirate Nation. Anthony Starr has shut down hopes of playing Albert Wesker in the new Resident Evil movie. I don't even know what it is, man. People keep bringing this up, and I think the only thing I have in common is blonde hair, which I've gotten rid of. Because that's not his original hair. That's just the character for Homelander and the boys. I think you probably need someone younger. I'm 50, and that's my way of saying I can't do action. Okay, this is just excuse, okay? Albert Wesker, even here, yep, someone brings it up. I'm 50. That's my way of saying I can't do action. Okay, bro, because in Albert Wesker is 48 or 49 years old in Resident Evil 5. So Wesker is already in his 50s when he's in Resident Evil 5. So it's just an excuse. The CGI where he has to move and stuff like that, to be honest, you can get a stunt double. You don't need to be doing the crazy stunts where he's teleporting around and stuff. it's again, would he be faithful to the source material? Don't know. I don't think he would be. I don't think he cares about it. It's just people would like him to be Albert Wesker, like to be him, because it's the most popular pick. People love like him being in a live action Resident Evil movie, and if it was faithful, and he would do it faithful. But it seems like Anthony Starr doesn't care about the character, and he hates people always asking him about him being Albert Wesker. And he's like, I don't give two fucks about this character. I don't want to be this character. I don't care. So, again, people would like to be him to be that, but they're never getting it. But you know why? We have AI to do that. So if people want to do it, you could do it. Then again, you can get other actors to play Albert Wesker, and they could fit the part as the character. It's just, he doesn't want to do it. So, people should stop asking him now. Now he's starting to like get pissed off, and he's like, I don't want to play this character. Guys, how many times do I have to say? There's nothing besides the blonde hair, obviously. And he's like, yeah, I don't want to do that no more. You know, who cares? Let me see here. So we got another one with Resident Evil, and this one's pretty annoying, but I saw this around. So Zach Cregger, as you know, is making the new Resident Evil movie. And Zach Cregger, he's the director of Barbarian, Weapons. He's done some horror movies himself, you know, a little bit more on the lower budget, but they were pretty successful for what he had. So he's taking an existing huge IP like Resident Evil, and he's making it into a movie. So this one is by Pirate Nation. I see other people reporting on this. The Zach Cregger, director of the new live-action Resident Evil movie, says fans will crucify him if the movie changes the source material. The film has an original story set in the game's universe. It does not adapt the specific game plot. Then don't call it Resident Evil. Call it some sort of other zombie apocalyptic movie. Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, remember when he said, I'm not going to be too faithful to it, but either way, it's like fans will be very critical about it, or critics are not going to like it. Like, fans are going to like it, or critics are not going to like it, or neither, or some other team. It's like, you're not going to please everyone. That's an obvious choice. Like, that's an obvious answer. But you still should appreciate some of the fan base. And this is just a nothing burger, to be honest. This just slaps the name Resident Evil on it, having a theme of Resident Evil in it, like some themes, but it's nothing connected to Resident Evil at all. Like, that's literally the Paul Anderson movies. You have references to Resident Evil stuff, but it's not connected to Resident Evil at all. Yeah, it has some story elements, and then it just goes all over the place, and it's just little, like, Easter eggs here and there, but it's nothing to do with Resident Evil as a whole, you know? So, again, he knew what he was getting into, and he knew that whatever he does, it's not going to be good. So, obviously, that means you're not really supportive of it. No hopes on expectation at all. Look at the last time they tried to make a Resident Evil movie. Yeah, Welcome to Rakusu. It was trash. At least it was trying to be faithful in some way, but still, it's still messed up. Zach has nothing to worry about. The Gen Z slop. But yeah, it doesn't look good for Zach with this one. Again, he doesn't feel like he is confident about the movie no more. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised he's not confident about it anymore. Let's see what we got here. Words of Paradise. Zach Cregger is going to fuck Resident Evil worse than it already is. Doesn't adapt any game. Doesn't use any game characters. They've made like 7 of these movies or something at this point. No, there might be more than 7, dude. My dude. There's probably more than that. But still, I think he's just talking about like the Paul Anderson movies. And these movies or something at this point, and they all suck. Hollywood needs to give up on Resident Evil. Shit is so ass, man. Yep. It's so weird because Resident Evil, especially the entire ones, would be some of the most easiest games to adapt to film. Somehow we were able to get a decent Sonic movie before Resident Evil. That is facts. Facts. So true, guys. I have said the same thing so many times. Yep. Yeah, so yeah, like, how can you not adapt an easy win? It literally has so much lore, so much story elements to it. How can you not get the characters right or the story right or anything reference to Resident Evil? It's insane. We have so many games and they can get it right. You don't have to make it like a huge $1 million budget movie. You really don't. You just make it like a tiny, like, I don't know, like make it a budget that has a little bit to it because of, obviously you're going to have some CGI elements in it. Hopefully it's good CGI for like, hunters or, dogs maybe in some way. You could also make practical effects. Practical effects would be even sicker, even badass, I would say. Much better. But, you're going to have to use some CGI for like the hunters and all that. But you could make the first movie. Why is it so hard? I don't understand. It's so simple. Like, get a decent budget for it and you can make something pretty good. You get $1 million. You can make a really good movie just for $1 million with Resident Evil. I swear, it's not that difficult. It's not. You just have to use a lot of practical effects and a little bit maybe of CGI, but not much. And just get actually good actors, that look the part, can act the part of these characters, maybe be like fans themselves, be faithful to them, and understand the source material. That's it. And you're going to have someone that actually understands it. It's like, why is it so difficult? I don't know why. It's just hard for them to make it. I don't understand how. Here's another one. This one's by Art Pop Revenge. I've said that time and time again. How is it possible S.D. Perry was able to create 2 entry books based off of one game before it even... Wait, I gotta boost this up, guys. Before even becoming a franchise. Yet Hollywood directors struggling just say you wanted to make your own movie, slap on Resident Evil because it's popular. Yeah, that's true. So these are pretty good. They're not really canon per se, but some people say it could be canon. The S.D. Perry books are really good, actually. And they build up the world of Resident Evil and a lot of things in it and add more to it that maybe the games didn't have. So it is very good in that aspect. And this is from Screen Time. Zach Cregger knows fans will crucify him for Resident Evil movie changes, anything from the games. It previously called it a reboot, a love letter to the franchise. That's what he said. Remember? We were questioning then. I made videos about it. We streamed about it tons of times. He had some dumb takes he's said before. And then we also questioned, okay, maybe he is a fan. Maybe he does understand the material. But at the same time, he kind of is at the point where he's like, yeah, whatever I do, people are going to bitch about it. People are not going to like about it. And that, welcome to the internet. People are going to dislike whatever you do. But if you have a proportion of people not liking what you brought out and it's, a very famous IP and you just shit all over it, then yeah, people are going to criticize it. People are not going to enjoy it. Here, Words of Paradise. The S.D. Perry novels are underrated as fuck. Yep, it really is. I still need to read them. I've read the first. I just haven't had the time to read the others. Hot take. If you want to make a perfect Resident Evil movie / show, just adapt S.D. Perry books. Yeah, I think that would be better in like a series. Yeah, like a show format. Exactly. Like how difficult is it? Yep. So yeah, you could adapt these, and I would be actually okay with these if they did try to adapt this. Combine a lot of this story into like a TV series, but also getting a lot of things from the games as well into it. So it'd be like a S.D. Perry's novels combined with Resident Evil 1. I would be pretty cool with that. I would be fine with that. But yeah. What a great look at that. But yeah, for sure. I don't know why Hollywood can't get it right. And they always get these, like, how would I say? These directors have these big egos. And these egos are like, I'm going to do my own thing and not try to copy or do it like a faithful version of whatever that is because it would be too easy. I don't want to do that. I want to put my own spin on it. They always have to put their own spin on it, which I'm like, okay, you can put your own spin on things if it works out in a movie format, but overall, everything should be like the games. Like it should be very similar to the games. If you want to add a little bit more content to it, that is fine with me, but nothing should be cut or changed. If there is cuts, that means you had you didn't have enough time extension and you had to cut some enemies out or some parts out of, the game into the movie and stuff like that, or even in the show. But most of it should be as close as possible to it, Not like freaking race swap Leon S. Kennedy and Welcome to Raccoon City. Or Jill Valentine, like, what the fuck are we doing? And Wesker, he's not even, like, really a leader either. He's just a dumbass. Like, I was like, what the heck is this movie, dude? This is, like, the set pieces, the build-up for it, there's some good parts in there. And then you combine 1, 2, and 3 in one movie. It's like, what are we doing? There's so much lore, so much character build, and all of it has just gone out the window. Like, what is this? Yeah, that's me bitching about Resident Evil, but pretty much that's it. Let's continue. We have some bad news that's going on right now. If you are a fan of the Fist Descendent, which I put many hours in the Fist Descendant. I don't have my Steam up right now, but I have tons of hours in Fist Descendant. I haven't played it in a while. Once in a while, I go back to Fist Descendant to just get on and grab my free rewards. Your daily rewards, you just get on and you get your free rewards. That's usually what I do. And if I'm feeling to playing it again, I will play it again. But, it's a free-to-play game. But it seems like this is by Pirate Nation. Nexon called the Fist Descendant a failure after its strong launch, but poor player retention. Strong launch, no staying power. So I felt like this too in the beginning, even though I still enjoy the game. People are saying it's a ripoff of Warframe, which kind of it is. But I kind of enjoy this, even though I like the designs better in this than Warframe. It's not because, it's because you like the Gooner skins. It's like, no, actually, I think some of these characters look better design-wise than Warframe. I wish Warframe had a little bit more of these designs. Every time I go in Warframe, I know some people are really into like the lore and these characters and stuff in Warframe too, and it definitely plays better. It's more agile, more fast-paced than Fist Descendant. But you could say like it's the Temu version. I enjoyed it. I like this game, even though, you know, it's people are saying it's goonery. There's so much skin showing, everything for these characters. Same with the dudes, though. But most of the people know it because of the women. And the women have really good designs. A lot of them look similar to the other ones now. Like, you're getting these new characters, and they're very starting to get a little bit more similar. Maybe do a little more different styles to them. But they're very similar in face model and animations. Some of them look different. But I really enjoyed this game, even though it has some annoying grinds in it. It's a really good free-to-play game, to be honest. It has a lot of things in there. And if you grind out things in this game, you can actually get stuff in this game for free. So you would not even need to pay like a dime or anything to get anything, besides maybe like a battle pass if you want to, or some skins that you're missing if you want to. But most of the things you can grab. They give away a lot of free stuff. They give away a lot of good stuff. But it seems like Nexon has said that, you know, the launch was really good. It peaked really high, and then it started dwindling. It started going down and down and down. It's because maybe the updates are a little bit slower. Maybe they can't do it as fast as possible. I don't know. But it's very niche, and I really enjoyed my play time with it. It would be sad to see this gone if it does leave one day, because I did put a lot of time into this game. Not like too much time, but I did put a decent amount of time into it. And I would like to still see what they can do with this game if it, you know, if it was possible. Because they have something here, and they're building some sort of story as well with this and everything. But I don't know. People came for the character models. People left because the character models were the only things interesting about the game. I guess you could say that. I was kind of invested a little bit into the story. I wasn't like too invested, but it did intrigue me what they were building up to. Fan service gets people in the door, but bad gameplay loop implements the service, the grind being the main complaint. Yeah, you gotta grind a lot in this game. That's true. Says it all. Nobody wants a second job with no payoff. That is true. That is one of the reasons too I started playing some other games, is because the grind is a little bit tedious. That is true. I agree. A new character comes out, and in less than a week, I got her maxed out with mods and weapons and tuning, etc. Everything is maxed. What the fuck? I am supposed to grind for. You can play Warframe for years and still not have maxed out mods. There's always something to grind and farm. Yeah. Yep. So, you know, it would be upsetting to see this go, but I wouldn't be surprised if it leaves. Let me see on SteamDB real quick. How is it doing at this very moment? It is a Thursday for the Fist Descendant. So let me see SteamDB right now with the Fist Descendant. Yeah, it's not doing too hot. The Fist Descendant right now, players right now, 4,365, 24-hour peak, 5,017, and all-time peak 1.8 years ago, 264,860. So there you go, guys. You know, let me see, maxed out. Yeah, it had a huge peak when it first started, and then it started dwindling down. So yeah, I don't know what Nexon's gonna do. It has also mixed reviews and everything. I don't know. It's one of those games I enjoyed. So if it leaves, it leaves. But, you know, I would be upset it would leave. But, you know, I'm not going to go like, I'm going to boycott the game if it leaves, whatever. I don't give a shit. At the same time, yeah, it's sad. But, you know, that's just how live services are. Live services have a time limit. And you see that now with a bunch of games. Even the most popular ones like Fortnite. They're having problems now with money-wise issues and everything else. So we don't know how long that's going to be lasting too now. So all these live service games, you know, they promised a lot, but they didn't deliver, and they couldn't deliver. It's just, there's just too much. You know, you're going to be constantly building upon it. You know, it's not a single player game. I wish this was like a co-op single player game, because it could be something interesting in there with this game, you know, but it just didn't work out enough. So even though I enjoyed my time with Fist Descendent, I wouldn't be surprised if it starts starting to leave now. And it's not because it's a Gooner game, because everyone's going to say, oh, because it's a Gooner game. No, no, no. It actually had some oomph to it. I enjoyed the game itself, you know. I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was interesting what was presented, even though, you know, yeah, the models and the character designs were pretty awesome looking. I liked them, you know. That's the same with Overwatch. I really liked the character designs until they nerfed everyone. And it just became weird. Weird collab of weird shit going on. So it is what it is. All right. Since I talked about Fortnite, let's talk about a little bit with Fortnite and Disney. So this is by Geeks and Gamers. We're going to read a little bit of this. Is Disney buying Epic Games and Fortnite? ? Insider claims spark speculation. This would be a horrible idea. I don't think this would be a smart idea at all. Anything Disney touches turns to shit. We've seen this time after time with Disney, and we see the precautions after. Now, they're not just buying Fortnite. They're buying Epic Games. So Disney would buy out all of the Unreal Engine, which is most of the game industry. Indie to AA to AAA all use Unreal Engine in some sort of way. A lot of companies do. So they would be in ranks of taking care of Unreal Engine, and that would be a catastrophe just like that. It would just not be good at all. It would just, Disney taking care of the Epic Games, Fortnite, and Unreal Engine is unrealistic, and this wouldn't be good. So people are just speculating about this because of Epic Games right now not doing so hot at the moment, and Disney's like, well, maybe we should just claim them. No, maybe you shouldn't. The idea of Disney Epic Games acquisition just went from fan speculation to something insiders are openly talking about. And depending on who you ask, it's either a genius move or a disaster waiting to happen. More of a disaster than a genius move. Who thinks this is a genius move? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think you have a brain cell to think about that this would be a good move. According to a new reporting and comments from former Disney executives, the company could be eyeing one of the biggest power plays in gaming history, buying Fortnite creator Epic Games outright. Former Disney execs say buying Epic Games would be a great addition. Of course, the execs would say, dude, Justin Morrow, oh my God, Walt Disney Company, the CEO, oh my gosh. Kevin Meyer, former Disney executive, cured CEO of Kelly Media, didn't mimic words, then discuss Disney's future in gaming. Sparking an interview with CNBC, Meyer made it clear Disney needs to get more aggressive if it wants to grow. Of course, because they said they want to build more with, the amusement park rides, get more merch out there, get more people to know their IPs. So they put a lot of things. Just recently, they added Hercules and Fortnite. So they're trying to get as much as possible to get Disney, Disney to advertise more of their brands, so people would like. But now, like Disney name anymore, it's very tainted. It used to be like the best animation. You go for like the best stories, best animation, even for kids or even grown-ups. But now it's trash. Like most of the things they come out with, it's just stupid ass trash. Movies just full of messaging in there that no one wants to talk about. It's just annoying, and kids are not really entertained with it either. But owning the Epic, it would instantly give Disney a dominant position in gaming, control over one of the biggest live service platforms in the world, direct access to millions of daily active players, a pipeline of integrated Marvel, Star Wars, and more. From a business standpoint, this is not crazy. It's aggressive and it's risky, but it's not crazy. Yeah, but yeah, I hope this doesn't happen. This is just speculation right now. I hope this will not happen to Fortnite. It would be a catastrophe for sure. That's my 2 cents about that. All right, next topic here, guys. What do we got here? So we got some stuff about Scream 8. So I haven't watched Scream 7 yet, guys. I heard mixed things about it, mostly negative, but I will give it a shot this week or next week, because this week I'm going to be watching the Mario Brothers movie in theaters, but I will check out Scream 7. But it seems like Scream 8 is going to be a bit of a weird pickle here. So this is an article by Geeks and Gamers. Sisters who wrote failed Buffy reboot hired as Scream 8 writers.
No!
Oh.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Why? This is why the freaking Buffy reboot series failed, because it was ass and the writers were ass. So why would you go to Scream 8 after and write for that? The sisters. Oh my goodness. How? From reject Buffy reboot to major horror franchise. Like, exactly. What the hell? This is the one job most people, as much as they fail and fail and fail, they still get jobs. I don't understand how these people get jobs for these big franchises when they just keep failing. Like, just keep failing. That's why they couldn't even do the Buffy reboot, whatever series, because it was so bad, the pilot, everything. They just scrapped the whole thing. It got canceled. It got canned because it was so bad. What? You don't expect Scream 8 being also ass? I don't know. Hollywood has remarkable ability to reward failure, and the latest movie surrounding Scream franchise is textbook's example. According to a new report from Deadline, the writing duo Lilia and Noelle Zuckerman, the same sisters beyond the reject Buffy the Vampire Slayer reveal, have officially been tapped as the Scream 8 writers. Oh my goodness. This direction comes at a bizarre moment. Scream 7 just crossed a major milestone, pulling in over 200 million globally and selling a new franchise record. In other words, the series is finally hitting its stride again. And Hollywood responsible is to hand the next installment to writers lied to a project that couldn't even make it on out of development. You almost have to admire the coincidence. Yeah, pretty much. This is so bad. What happened to the writer and director for the 7th one? Instead of the confident battle into audience grew up with, the reboot reimagined something more. This is the Buffy Vampire Slayer. Okay. Timing couldn't be worse for Scream. Here's the things you're really strange. Scream 7 wasn't just a success. It was a record-breaking success for the franchise. Now, it's very mixed. That's why I've seen reviews. Even though it made like crazy numbers, okay, that's fine. But you gotta up the game for each one. Now, this is Scream 7. Obviously, starting with now 7 and 8, it's starting to dwindle. Like, Scream has been getting shittier and shittier by the minute. It was, there's only a couple of Scream movies. I'm like, okay, these are pretty decent movies. I like these movies, especially the first one. The first one is a classic. After that, it started to get pretty bad. 2, okay. 3, I really didn't like that much. 4 was okay again. I kind of enjoyed 4. 5, 6 were not good. 7, I haven't watched yet. And I heard it was mixed. It wasn't that good. But, you're going up now. And each one, how much are you going to make different or better in some way? It's going to be, all of them are going to feel the same. Like they are already feeling the same. What can you do? Like, there's not much you can do with this franchise anymore. Screams that wasn't just a success, record-breaking. Yes. Providing that audiences are still very much invested in Ghostface and the formula that made the series iconic. Because I like the mystery aspect of it. Like, who is under Ghostface? Who is the killer, kind of deal. Who is he going to kill next? Who's going to be the last survivor? Like, that's the interesting part about Ghostface, Like, you don't know who the killer is. It's kind of like a Scooby-Doo, just more of a more mature version of Scooby-Doo. That's usually when studios play it safe. You double down on what works. You keep the creative momentum going. Hollywood swabbed new writing team with a spotty track record. The other credits include Poker Face, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Staff's Fringe, and some other thing. Protogate's son. Kevin Williams steps away, but that doesn't explain the choice. There's an important piece of context here that shouldn't be ignored. Scream 7 marked a major shift behind the scenes, with franchise creator Kevin Williamson stepping into the director chair rather than continuing solely as a writer. After the success of Scream 7, it is announced that he be stepping away from the franchise critically. So, entirely. Yeah, so this is a guy who created Scream 1. That's why a lot of people went to the movie. They brought back, Sydney, the main character, for the character as well. They brought back Ghostface, new story, and they got the director from the original Scream. And I think that's why most people went to the movie theaters to check it out and were interested in what it's about. And he's just like, oh, I'm done with Scream. I just came back to do it just to see what I can do, revamp the franchise, blah, blah, blah. And he's done. He's like, I'm not going to continue. It's done. That change alone meant that Scream 8 was always going to bring in a new writing team, but that only raises the bigger question. And there you go. So, Scream is in a big pickle right now. I said, this is not looking too promising, and I will check out Scream 7, and I'll give you my own thoughts about it when I do check it out. But this is not good. This is, if you're excited for the next Scream, which I don't know if you were or not, this is probably not going to be the best move moving forward for this franchise. I also said to myself that, yeah, Scream is not the same as it used to be, and you can't really do much with Scream anymore, just make fun of it, do gags about it and stuff. That's why Scary Movie 6 is going to do probably better, and it's going to be, it's making fun of it now, and like others. But this, I don't know. This is not going to be good. I'm probably going to check it out later down the line if it does come out, but to be honest, Scream is as a franchise, it's pretty much done. It's done, guys. Let it just be, let it just, the character could live on. I'm not saying like Ghostface can live on, but let just the character, I don't know, let the character have a like an actual farewell, like these characters have an actual farewell ending, you know, kind of deal. I don't know if it'll ever happen. They're gonna milk this series real hard, so we'll see. All right, here we go, guys. Another thing real quick. Final Fantasy IX Remake on ice, it's claimed. This is by Insider Gaming. We're going to read this real quick. The latest on Square Enix potentially remaking Final Fantasy IX is not great news for those who were hoping to play the remake in the near future. Final Fantasy VII's remakes have a brand new life, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. They're just reimaginings. They're not actually remakes, but okay. They split the fan base. Pretty much. Final Fantasy IX Remake currently not moving forward. On its podcast, Nate the Hate revealed that the Final Fantasy IX Remake was still on ice. And Square Enix, however, he does say that studio could always return to the project in the future. Yeah, because they don't know what to do with the property. I did hear rumors about Chrono Trigger coming back in some way, so I don't know about that. Maybe they were focusing more on Chrono Trigger than FF9. Don't know. So the last updates I've had on it was that the game is still on ice. However, on ice with a Square Enix could mean they may return to it one day. But as far as I've heard, there's been no new movement with it. Hopefully one day Square Enix returns to it, and we will see a Final Fantasy IX remake some come to light. That's pretty much it. So they're going to wait on our FF9, probably finish FF7. There were rumors that they want to do 10 remake. There's other rumors, you know, with 9 I've heard. That's another big one. But I don't know what they're going to do. I think by then, whatever they're doing with FF something, we're going to see more with Chrono Trigger, I would say. Because Chrono Trigger is more hinted at than any of the Final Fantasy remakes they're going to be doing. So we'll see what they do with Chrono Trigger. I'm more intrigued with Chrono Trigger, what they're going to do with that instead. But modern Square Enix, I don't know about that. But they are changing their ways, Square Enix, a bit. They've been changing a little bit in behind the scenes. They see all the big hits with like Expedition 33 and, you know, what these other people, which we're going to be talking about with Shift Up and Unbound, the Stellar Blade and the Resident Evil creators working together. They see this. Square Enix is amazed that this is happening, and other things like Capcom and a bunch of them are looking and watching. And, you know, Square, Capcom, a lot of these Japanese studios that have been pivoting to Western standards are going back to their Eastern roots again with, you know, implementing some Western elements too, but not to the point where it's just all Westernized, you know, kind of deal. Because they found out, just like we talked about last time, that a lot of the original people that played these games back in the day still want to play these games. The new people don't really care about Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts or Chrono Trigger. They will be introduced to them if they make a new one, but you gotta have the faithful fans from the beginning. You gotta please those people first than anyone else, because if you please the people that started from the beginning first, you get the new people. Old people that were fans from the beginning tell the new people that this is a legit good version of the game. I highly recommend it. Now you hear old people talking about how it's trashed on, it's a reimagine, it's not good. You know, then you have the split community. Some people will love this, some people will love that. You know, you won't have that. So it's better maybe to please the people that have been your fans for a long time. The people, you know, you can please more in the beginning. Obviously you're not going to please everyone, but at least talk to your main fan base, talk to your fans from, in the past, and see what they would like first, I would think, than what new people would like. Because new people usually, they really don't know what they want because they don't know the franchise as much or these characters in these games. So it's better if, older people come in and help in. And then the new people can also join in and help some of the old people if they need help with, obviously, technical stuff, obviously. But most of it, we got to stop splitting fan bases and splitting people. Even back then, we had split fan bases. But that's because we have a lot of dumb shippers out there. And the shippers ruin everything. So, yeah. So, I just want to talk about that Final Fantasy IX Remake on ice for a little bit. So, not going to be seeing that soon. Yeah, for that. All right. What else we got here, guys? Let's see. Oh, here we go. Steam Deck's coming out, guys. It might be postponed, but it looks like we have a little bit something for the Steam Deck 2. Not the Steam Machine, the Steam Deck now. So the Steam Deck 2, this is by Pirate Nation. Steam Deck 2 reportedly targeting 2028. Delays are possible due to RAM/NAND shortage. Kepler L2. Insider Kepler L2 claims Valve is currently targeting a 2028 release for potential successor to the Steam Deck. Hell yeah, dude. That would be amazing. But how much will it cost? We don't know. Kepler L2 also notes that unlike consoles like PS6, Xbox, Valve isn't using a semi-custom SoC, meaning any delay could allow them to adapt newer components or improved specs. So that's good to hear that Steam Deck 2 is still happening. Good. Because, they've been teasing us, Valve, Steam, that, yeah, they're doing the Steam Deck. Let's see what will happen with Steam, all this and that. And we heard nothing about Steam Deck or Steam Machine for a while now, or the Steam Deck. So it depends on the Steam Machine, I think, when that comes out, if it's possible for the Steam Deck 2. But it is happening. That's good. So Steam Deck 2 is being made and is happening. So that's good to hear. That's good to hear that that's happening. The Steam Deck is pretty badass. Pretty badass. All right, how are we doing? We're an hour in. All right. Let's go through these real quick again, guys. There's a lot here, too. Let's see. I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm going to skip on that. Skip on that. There's some April Fool's funny stuff, but I just want to skip on it because I think there's other topics to talk about real quick, faster here. That could be interesting. Let's see here. Since we talked about the Steam Deck, I don't know if you guys saw this, but some RAM is going down in price, guys. So DDR5 RAM prices have dropped for the first time in several months. I've said this before. There's going to be times people are, RAM's running out, this and that. I've seen other reports that RAM is technically like the scapegoat for a lot of these companies to say, we're going to bring the prices up because of RAM's going up. Everything's going up, kind of deal. It's a scapegoat. I've heard that RAM in general, they have a lot of RAM. Let's just say there's a lot of RAM going around. It's like the toilet paper situation with when COVID happened. And they're like, the toilet paper is running out. Everyone's buying out. All these scalpers are buying them up. It's the same with the RAM. All the scalpers are buying the RAM because the AI, it's going to go up. Everything's going up. Bullshit. And I've said that this before. Other ones have reported on this, that RAM is actually there. It's just everything needs to be increased because everything is increasing. These companies, the greed that's going through these companies right now is insane. Yeah, some of it might be used on AI, for data centers, obviously. But I don't think it's like that much what they actually report on, I feel like there's enough RAM to be distributed. But now we also getting RAM prices go down for a while. And I said this, you're going to see a lot of the PC part of electronics, you're going to see a lot of the PC stuff going down. You're going to see it. It's going to be not like fast, but it's going to start going down and down when everything's going up, like for PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox. They're bringing everything up. PC is just going to go down. And a lot of people are just going to go and move to PC. Like I said before, that's what's going to happen next. Corsair Vengeance 32 gigabyte, 6,000 megahertz kits are now available for around $370 on major retailers like Amazon and Newegg, down from previous levels by $40 to $100 in some cases. It's still a lot. But it's getting better. I'm telling you, it's gonna start going down and down each time. It's not like a lot of people, it's gonna go up. Maybe for some other brands it might go up, but right now it's going down. This decline may be linked to Google's a recent Turbo Quant announcement, a key KV catcher compression technique that can reduce AI model memory usage by up to six times. So yeah, Google just literally found like a new thing that will compress the RAM, and it's not needed that much RAM. So I'm telling you, this is going to move forward, and I've said this before. This AI thing is not going to be that big of a deal. Everyone's just, there's a lot of fluff out there with AI, and a lot of people, they're losing jobs and everything. That's true and all. I've seen it for myself. But it's mostly because of greed. CEOs, uppers on top. It's not even the AI's fault, technically. It's just these companies are greedy. It's not even the AI. I know everyone always blames AI for everything, when in real life, it's like, it's not sentient. It's just a tool. And people still need to use the tool to make it work. And if you don't know how to use the tool, again, there's no point of using it. So I'm telling you, like, I feel like this bubble is going to burst. I could be wrong. Again, I could eat my own words, and I could be wrong that it's not going to burst. But I feel like it's going to burst this year or next year in some way. It's not going to be, AI is still going to be there, but it's not going to be as big as everyone thought it's going to be. Because they're losing money every day with AI. It's not increasing money. It's actually losing tons of money. All that money is gone because of AI. So we will see with that. Again, good news, though, that RAM is going down at least, right? Good news about that. All right, let's see what else we got. We got Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert, guys. Just posted this. At Crimson Desert has sold through 4 million copies worldwide. Thank you to all the Greymans who have been a part of the journey with us, and for all of your incredible love and support. Holy shit, dude. That's a lot of copies. Since I talked about this like a couple of weeks ago, it was like, it's getting mixed reviews. Critics are not liking it, but fans are liking it. It was very mixed. It seems like now it's getting more of positive than negative now. And more people played it, understand it. They updated patches. It's a better game now. And a lot of people are considering this being on there for Game of the Year. And I could see that. I could see this being Game of the Year, even though, it's controversial for not being controversial for, putting messaging there or political bias or anything in there or something that really triggers you and doesn't like you. It's just controversial for the gameplay itself. It's like people don't know what this game is until you play it. That's what I hear. You got to play it to know it. Seeing it is weird. And that's why people are saying this could be one of the games for Game of the Year. Now, this could be another Game of the Year contender next with Resident Evil Requiem. I could see both of these being Game of the Year contenders for sure. We will see what happens because we're like halfway through the year. Less than a little half. Almost half. And we'll see what will happen. But this will definitely be a game we need to keep our eyes peeled because a lot of people are addicted to this and are having a blast playing Crimson Desert. So good for them. There's still more about Crimson Desert, though. I have to show you. Here's one clip. Let's check it out. Shroud is addicted to Crimson Desert. This game has got me by the nutsack. I'm not kidding. I was attending my crop off stream. So the shooter dude, Shroud, he's playing this more than Marathon. Check this out.
I didn't do YouTube because I thought about playing Marathon, but I'm too addicted to this game. I don't think I can. I mentally, I don't think I can. I'm not ready. Mentally, I'm not ready. So I was waiting. I'm so fucking this game has got me by the nutsack. I'm not kidding. I was tending my crop off stream. Just make sure everything was good.
So he doesn't want to play Marathon. You would rather play Crimson Desert. Not a surprise. Not a surprise. Again, Crimson Desert, you can hate it or love it. I'm kind of in between. I'm like, this game has just so much to do. I could be overwhelmed. That could be the reason. And I really don't care too much about that. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I just got to put time into it. And I don't have time at the moment here and there. I have to do things. But I'm not saying it's bad looking or I hate it or anything. I'm just one of those people. I'm like, I'd wait for this if it was on a sale kind of deal. That's just me. Right now, I wouldn't want to spend $70 on this game at the moment. That's just me, though. That's just me. But even Shroud saying it, it's like, oh, damn, I'm actually having a blast playing this game. And you remember IGN gave this a 6? Well, the Travis Nort the guy who reviewed it at IGN, gave it a 6. The IGN review who gave Crimson Desert a 6 and Marathon a 9. Bruh.
No!
Bruh. A 9 for Marathon? A live service game instead of a single player game? A 6? Bruh, what are we doing? That is pretty messed up. That's pretty bad. Is asking its editor for a re-review. Bro. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I want a re-review. He's busy getting into fights with people on X about the score, for eventually conceding that Crimson Desert deserves another review and claims to have asked his editor for another crack at it. Because of the new updates and patch, maybe the game's better. Dude, what is going to be different? You're going to give it a 7 out of 10 besides a 6. Like, you're not going to get that score up. If you believe it's a 6, it's a 6. If you have some patches and I heard the controls are getting better, some things in like sound, performance, blah, blah, blah. Like a lot of things are better now with the patches. But it doesn't matter because all it's going to be is you're going to move it to like a 7 out of 10 instead because you were probably a little bit harsh on it. It's like you can't really change it. You know, it's already there. You could try to change it, but the damage is done. You already had this horrible take with this, And a lot of people laughed at it and moved on and played Crimson Desert. They didn't give two fucks about your review. Because this is already laughable. A marathon of 9? Dude, Marathon's like a mid-ass game. I would say I wouldn't give it a 9. I would give it maybe like a 7. You could get even Crimson Desert a 7. I would give Crimson Desert an 8. From what I've seen, I would probably give it an 8 or a 9 at some end parts. But it's a game. It's not meant for everyone, and that's okay. Games shouldn't be made for everyone. They should be made for people that enjoy that style of gameplay. Same with Marathon. If you enjoy extraction shooters and crazy saturation colors in your face and ADHD stuff, if you're into that, good for you. But there are people that's niche, like just everyone else. There's niche games out there, and that's okay. That's okay. Same with Crimson Desert. Most people like that game because it's doing better on the Steam charts than Marathon. But, you like whatever you like. I'm just saying Crimson Desert is just doing better in general than Marathon. I'm just saying that. That's it. Two different things. You got a huge open world, and then you got a live service extraction shooter. You get your pick, You pick. All right. Let's get into real quick. Dude, this is crazy. This is the Game Awards. Kingdom Hearts was first released 24 years ago today for PlayStation 2. Damn, that's old, dude. That's been pretty old. I remember playing this as a kid. I really liked Kingdom Hearts, especially the first one. Second one is also pretty good. But then after that, I really stopped. So I re-got it when it was on sale on Steam. These Kingdom Hearts games, I'm going to replay them again. But I've just been in the Kingdom Hearts mood a little bit recently. And I might go back and play, even though I know Kingdom Hearts has not the best storytelling. It's all over the place. I do enjoy the characters, I guess, in some way, especially with the Disney and like the Square Enix Final Fantasy stuff in there. It's kind of cool, But I just wanted to say Kingdom Hearts, released 24 years ago, is insane. And still a very popular franchise, I would say, because we're still getting Kingdom Hearts 4 coming up. Who knows when? Another 10 years, don't know. Just like Kingdom Hearts 3, it took forever. And kind of disappointing, to be honest, with Kingdom Hearts 3. But, yeah. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. 24 years. It's a big leap. Big leap here. A big leap for sure. All right. Let's see what happened with this cancellation here. Cancellation happened here with Eidos Montreal. Eidos, or how you want to say it. Montreal is reportedly canceled Wildlands, also known as P11. This was an original open-world action-adventure game in development for over 7 years since early 2019 and cost millions of dollars. It switched between 4 different game engines and faced major issues with story direction and scope. I'm not surprised. If a game lasts that long and you're not doing anything that can actually been shown for it, like, it's cooked. It's just cooked. And there's another one with Eidos here that happened, and it's not good. Not good at all. Eidos Montreal, or Eidos, how you want to say it, is laying off 124 developers, including head of studio David Antos. So the head of the studio is gone. And 124 people, developers that were making these games are gone. This studio is cooked. Literally, it's not looking too good for the studio. Your head is gone. What are you supposed to do now? Who's telling you what to do? Like, bruh, do they have anyone even left at this point? Wow. RIP Tomb Raider. So I take this was not going, getting another Deus Ex this century. Yeah, that game, Deus Ex, is not going to be coming out for sure. So what's going to happen with Tomb Raider? Yeah. Oh, Tomb Raider is Crystal Dynamics, too. Oh, okay. But still, Crystal Dynamics is also getting layoffs constantly. So, I don't know. It's not looking too bright for Tomb Raider either with this, or Deus Ex, or any of these games. I don't know. Yeah. A lot of potential there for that 7-year thing. That didn't help them at all either. That should have done something else in between besides that, but I don't know. Mismanagement of money, I think, is also a problem here. Also, just mismanagement in general with everyone, and yeah, that's not looking good for Eidos. That studio might be cooked, guys. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about that one. Yikes. Okay. No one cares about PS6. I'm skipping PS6. No one cares. No one cares. I care, god damn it. No. Oh, I thought this was cool. Check this out, guys. Check this out. This is cool. This truck driver is going viral after swapping out his passenger seat for a $6,000 simulator to have something to do while resting. Dude, this is insane. Check this out. This is pretty cool. This is dope. Look at his badass PC next to him. Oh my gosh, dude. The monitor. Everything looks... This is cool. You don't see this every day, and it's pretty awesome to see.
Exit's clear. Stay behind the white line.
Pretty badass. You know, he's sitting again. He could be stretching or doing something else, but you know what? He's like, I'm going to be gaming because I'm a true gamer. He loves to play simulating, what is this, Formula 1? Some sort of racing game. Some simulation.
Left side. Left side.
Is this Gran Turismo? I don't even know what this is.
Clear left.
I don't know. But yeah, pretty awesome to see that. I just wanted to bring that up. Pretty awesome. Pretty sick to see.
Holy shit.
Holy shit is right, guys. Holy shit is right. Let's see what else we got. We're getting close to our main topics here, guys. All right, let's talk about this quick one here with Nintendo, and then we'll go to the Nintendo Super Mario Galaxy movie reception. Formal Nintendo marketing lead says Nintendo is absolutely furious about recent leaks. Dude, Nintendo has been getting leaks constantly. And leaks, sometimes, if they're not big and just tiny, they can start awesome conversations and get hype up. So it's free marketing sometimes. And a lot of companies do leaks because it brings the hype up even more. That's why. And sometimes these studios leak them out too. It's not even just leaked out there. The leaks claim a Zelda Ocarina of Time remake and a new Star Fox game are coming to Switch to this year. Yeah, we talked about that there'll be a new Star Fox game and the Ocarina of Time remake coming out for Switch 2 this year, and that's pretty badass. That's cool. Good to hear. But they're furious about it. Who are furious? The marketing lead. Bruh, you're getting free marketing right here. This will literally, if this is real and people are getting excited and talking about it, you're going to be selling more Switch 2s. The marketing is right here in just this, you know? So I don't know if this is real or not, or this is just overhype, what is it? Fake engagement where they're like, oh, we're so mad when they're not. It could be that. I don't know. It could be any of those. I'm just saying. Nintendo will do stuff that Nintendo do. They're really, really picky about their IP, and they really hold it to them. So I don't know. Could be real, could be not, that they're mad about it. Don't know. Pretty dumb, though. It's free marketing. It's not a big deal, you know. All right, let's get into... Let's see what time we got here. I don't know if we're going to watch the video. Let's see how we're doing. Okay. Let's get into Super Mario Galaxy movie. Okay, guys. So, the new Super Mario Galaxy movie just came out, guys. It is coming out this, well, it already came out, and some people have already seen it. Myself, I will be checking it out this weekend. I'll be watching it this weekend, this Easter break weekend. And I'll be checking out myself if I enjoy it or not. I'll let you guys know. But for now, we're looking at this mixed reception that's happening with critics and fans and everyone in between. So Geeks and Gamers posted this, and it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie box office exploding as fans ignore critics and show up in record numbers. I'm not surprised. It's a Mario movie. Mario is a huge IP that, you know, is generational. You're going to have granddads, fathers, their grandsons, their sons, you know, everyone. There's literally 3 generations here with Mario. 3 or even 4 generations of Mario. So, sorry, I had to drink that real quick. My coffee. So we're getting a lot of generations here in this. And of course it's going to do crazy numbers. What did they expect? These critics don't know what it's about. The critics are only pissed because this movie is not showing anything that they're used to in movies these days. But also, it could be just because they thought there would be more to it because they don't understand the references to the games or something because they don't play these games. These critics don't know what this is. They're not gamers. You need to get critics that are actually gamers. But besides that, let's see what they have to say here. The Super Mario Galaxy movie box office is absolutely blowing past expectations, and the film is doing so while Hollywood Access Media is doing everything in its power to tear it down. This movie was already projected to open big. We're talking about $350 million globally for its opening weekend. That's massive by any standard, but now with early numbers rolling in and walk-up traffic surging, yeah, that's what I heard. A lot of people are just walking up to movie theaters and just grabbing a ticket and watching it on fly. So there's a lot of that too. It's becoming clear that even those projections might have undershot just how much people wanted to see this movie. 34 million opening day, and that's just the beginning. Right out of the gate, the Super Mario Galaxy movie dropped a 34 million Wednesday opening domestically. That's really good. That's best opening day of 2026 so far. Again, this could be contender for best movie of the year. One of the best movies of the year. Just, I don't know if it'll be the best movie in general that everyone likes, but it'll be the most profitable movie of the year for sure. Biggest April Wednesday ever. Higher than the Super Mario Bros. Movie opening day back in 2023. That's crazy. And here's the kicker. No inflated preview numbers, no gimmicks, no early access padding. This was raw demand. People showed up. Walk-up traffic is crushing expectation. This is where things are really interesting and where a Hollywood once again proves it doesn't understand its own audience. It really doesn't. Pre-sales told told part of the story, but the real surge is coming from walk-up traffic. This means families, casual fans, and people who just want to go see a fun movie. That's not waiting for overthinking it. They're not waiting or overthinking it. They're showing up at the theater and buying tickets. Now, in this movie, what I hear about it, we're going to talk about it more, but what I hear about this movie in general is it's nothing crazy with story. It's not story heavy. It's not anything like that. It's more like cool references to Nintendo and Mario in general. Don't look at it as a Mario Galaxy movie, but more of a Mario 40th anniversary movie. It's like a bunch of things in one, references here and there. You know, it's not like something crazy plot-wise, which I wish it did have a little bit more oomph to it with story, which, again, that's what my problem was with the first movie, and I wish I had more of it, like just more story elements to it. But this one does less of that, and it gives more characters, more things to do. It just jumps real fast. It's fast-paced, you know, but it doesn't, how do I say it? People say it's not TikTok brain rot, because some people have said that, and some people, even some critics, say it feels like worse than AI, which that sounds disingenuous already. But yeah, I don't know. This movie, I gotta watch it for myself, and I'll tell you guys. But what I hear about it, you know, most fans like it. Now, I don't know how long this will hold up, because that's what I'm saying. At the moment, it could be one of the greatest things you've ever seen, but maybe later down the line, this could be one of those movies be like, yeah, for the moment it was good, but it wasn't the best when I rewatch it. You know, I don't know how good the rewatchability for this movie will be. For a Mario movie, I watched it once, and I never watched it again. I thought it was fine. Like I said, I think I put it on my critic list. I gave it like a 60% out of 100. And I thought it was fine. It was fine, but it wasn't anything special enough where I'm like, oh, I got to watch this again. This was such a fantastic movie. You know, it's just like, yeah, I'll watch it. If someone puts it on, I'll watch it, you know. But it's nothing like I'm like, oh, this is so good, I got to watch this right now. If you're watching this, I'm watching this right now. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know, kind of movie. This could, I feel like, be the same. Maybe a little bit better. Who knows? But we will see. Pre-sales told part of the story, but the real surge is coming from walk-up traffic. That means families, casual. Oh, we talked about that. Yeah. Critics tried to tear it down. Nobody listened. Access media critics have been taking shots at the movie since reviews dropped. The usual complaints. The story, too much spectacle and not enough depth. Sound familiar? It should. Because it's the exact same playback we saw with the Super Mario Bros. Movie in 2023. A film critics trashed and audience turned into a billion-dollar juggernaut. And now it's happening again. The difference is, this time, is that the disconnect is even more obvious. Audiences aren't just disagreeing with critics, they're flat out ignoring them. And that's great to see, because your perspective of a movie shouldn't be just looking at a score of critics and see what it is. Most of the time, I like to see the audience score than the critics. The critics, I never look at, because they're most of the time wrong. If a critic says this movie's good, it's probably shit. And when the audience likes something, then it's probably good. That's how you look at it now, you know, kind of deal. Same with games. The audience critic divide is getting worse. The Mario Galaxy officially performance isn't just about one movie. It's another example of growing problems in Hollywood. Critics continue to judge movies based on what they think films should be. Audiences just want something entertaining. And when studios actually deliver that, people show up. It's not complicated. Fans want recognizable characters, fun action, and a movie that doesn't feel like it's trying to lecture them for reinvent something that already works. Yeah, it didn't have any, it just has normal heterosexual characters, no gay stuff, no race swapping, no, you know, all the things that people say, wow, this movie literally did it. Like with Black Snape, for instance, for Harry Potter. That's literally, everyone's just talking about Black Snape. The whole conversation is ruined because of that. This movie doesn't really have that much thing where it's going to push some sort of messaging in it. It's just a simple story of the two brothers or other characters joining them in this adventure to save the princess or Rosalina or whoever from Bowser or Bowser Jr. That's literally the whole story. It's simple, it's plain, it's simple. That's all you're getting, and it's fun for the whole family. Nothing too big, you know? You just kind of have a little time, a little experience, entertainment for a little bit, and then you're going to be like, yeah, that was an awesome thing. I can't wait what else they'll see. You know, at the moment, you're going to be probably liking it, whatever. But, you know, over time, you're going to be like, yeah, maybe it wasn't that big, but it's still a good movie either way, you know? It's not going to be anything, like, extraordinary or anything, like, you're going to be remembering. It's more like, yeah, I just had a fun time with it at this moment, you know, kind of thing. This is shaping up to be a monster opening. Yes. So yeah, it's doing really well, and fans are saying fuck you to all the critics and the haters out there and all that. And there are people I've seen, even people that are fans of Nintendo or they understand the material and they understand the references, still don't really like it. There's also people like that too. So I could understand that as well, because it doesn't have an in-depth story. It feels very bland in that aspect. Very TikTok-y for some people, I would say. And some people say it's not. It's like, it's fine, you know. Like, again, I have to see it for itself when it drops. But we also have Grace Randolph loses it over Mario Galaxy movie. Claims Bowser represents the toxic manosphere. Oh, goodness. Grace Randolph is back again. Remember a few years ago, her horrible take with the Mario Brothers movie? What is that? Is it Cat Mario? Where's Mario in a cat suit? Dude, that's in the games. There's a cat suit Mario. There's literally a thing. Why is he? I don't understand what's going on. What are these mushroom people? It looks like, is that like a game thing or something? Yeah, a game thing. That's what it's, a game thing. Like, dude, holy crap. At this point, you almost have to admire the creativity, because somehow, Grace Randolph just looked at Bowser, a giant fire-breathing cartoon turtle, and decided to represent the toxic manosphere in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Yes, that's a real thing. She actually said, check it out, and the player below, trigger warning, Grace Randolph's voice appears in this video. Bro, that's awesome. Well, we're going to check it out. If it'll open.
I continue to feel that Bowser and now Bowser Jr. are a little bit too actually evil. Like, it goes beyond cartoon villainy. I think maybe because they kind of mimic, like, the toxic manosphere that is, like, I don't know if it's becoming more and more popular, if it's maybe finally reached its breaking point, but, you know, I see a lot of similar talking points there. And the movie at first seemed like it was going to be a journey of redemption in that regard, but I was surprised that they decided to not do that, right? I was like, what are you therefore trying to say?
I think there's part in the movie that they feel, like, I heard people say that Bowser might be turning good for a little bit just to trick the audience, and then he turns bad again. Like, that's what I think Grace is trying to bring out here. And then, no, he's just really bad, you know, kind of deal. It's like, yeah, it's Bowser. Bowser always been bad. Like, and Bowser Jr., they're bad characters. They've been always bad guys. Their whole influence is they're just villains. They're bad. they have nothing to redeem themselves. They're just always bad. That's okay. We don't need stories that are villains. You have to empathize for the villain and why I feel bad for the villain. Fuck that. We've had so much of those where it's like, oh, I don't know if the villains, like, yeah, I feel bad for the villain. No, we could just have villains that are just evil. And that's it. That's fine, you know?
Like, they're certainly not the first cartoon villains to kidnap a damsel in distress. But for some reason, it feels a lot worse here. And then, well, of course, it was very touching to see Bowser and his son bonding. How can you cheer that on when they're bonding over, like, genuinely evil activities? I guess, like, I think the difference is that in other fantasy stories, villains are villains, and usually pretty inept ones. Like, you're always, you know they're going to be defeated in the end. But Bowser and co., they're more effective than your typical cartoon villain, and the audience is asked to sympathize with them, laugh with them, and relate to them, right? It's like if in Silence of the Lambs, they were like, you know, Buffalo Bill's actually a pretty cool guy to have a drink with. And you were like, yeah, but we can't get over the but, you know? I mean, I think, all right, so then with the princesses, I do think the Mario and Peach relationship
Oh my gosh, dude. So that's pretty much the clip. I'm not going to continue because it might go into spoiler territory. But yeah, that broke the internet. People are making fun of Grace again because horrible takes. She's just got so many bad takes, dude. Grace Randolph. I was going to say Grace Ashcroft from, oh my gosh, from Resident Evil Requiem for a second. Grace Randolph has some horrible takes, as always. We just laugh at it, but, you know, sometimes we just see as, yep, that's Grace for you. She'll probably never change. She'll be her talk about in this instance, and she's going to be like, you're rude for that, you know, and all that. But, yeah, I'm not saying you need to, you know, harass that person or anything or hurt them or anything. You know, I disown that. I do not want that. But we just looking at it as like she's criticizing the movie. We're criticizing her for her take. That's it. That's all it is. She's critiquing the movie. We're critiquing what she said about the movie with that take. That's it. We're not going to do anything harmful because that's not okay, guys. That's not okay. But I'm just saying, this is what it is. And Grace just doesn't have the best takes in general. But, you know, that's Grace Randolph for you. So, yeah. Not good, Grace. Not good there. But we got more here real quick again, guys, with Mario movie. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. So, Super Mario Galaxy movie reviews. It's pretty. This is the critics right now. 7.5. Seattle Times gave it the highest. 7.5. That's crazy. Looper 7. IGN 6. Timeout 6. Screen Rant 5. Oh my gosh. Screen Daily 3. The Wrap 2.5. Verity gave it a 2. Guardian 2. The Times 0. Bro, you're not even gonna give this a... Dude, you know what's a 0? I swear, almost a 0 or 1 is that new Space Jam movie that came out a few years ago. Remember that Space Jam movie? That was trash. That was such a bad movie. This movie is better than Space Jam 2. Hell yeah, it's better. Metacritic 35. Rotten Tomatoes 25. Rotten. Yeah, it's... Yeah, critics are not liking this movie. That's for sure. They don't like this movie. I don't know why, but they just don't like it. There's more, though. Because let's check out what it is. Real quick here. Let me see here. I'm trying to find it. All right, let's see actually what it is now. Because that was before. So let me refresh Metacritic. Super Mario Galaxy movie. Let me stop the video because the video is going to be playing. A Super Mario Galaxy movie. It's 35. Generally unfavorable. And now the general favorable, which is the user score, is 7.7. Or It's 7.7? Yeah, 7.7. So, again, the user score is still higher than that. Let's see Rotten Tomatoes now. Let's refresh it. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes score. Oh, buddy.
No!
Huh?
I mean,
Holy
the
shit.
divide is right here, guys. Look at this. The critics, 42 rotten. User, popcorn, 91% great. Dude. That's insane. So, again, fans, audiences are loving this movie. They love it. You know, there's going to be a couple of them that are disliking this movie. They think it's trash, whatever. But the critics actually don't like this movie. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. So, this is why this is a movie I'm very interested to go and watch because of just the divide between critics and fans. And I want to see I want to see why the critics don't like it and why fans like it. I want to see the in-betweener because I want to see it for myself. This is why I'm going to be watching it this weekend in the movie theater because this is very interesting. Now, I want to see what the critics see and I want to see what the fans see or the audience see because there could be two reasons for this. I don't know. Why is there a huge divide here? I think they want more from it, the critics, and it's just not there, or they don't understand. They feel like it's too kid friendly, maybe. It's not actually putting any messaging in there like it should for most of these, you know. But I don't know. It's very interesting. Let's see what Critic List is saying right now. Let's see what Critic List is saying, because Critic List is all audiences. So right now, it's 77% with 56 votes. All right, so it's. I thought it would be in like the 70s or 80s. I think that's what my aspect. I think mine is probably going to be a 70 for this movie. It could be less. It could be like the same as the last one, where it was 60 for me. But it seems like you could see here, 73, 75, 84, 85, 92, 95. Like a lot of people, hundreds, 77, a 53. Oh shit, that's going down. 29, yikes. 50. You know, it's all over the place. People love it, or you're gonna love it, or you're gonna dislike this movie. There might be a mix where it's just like, it's meh, it's okay, you know, kind of deal. I could be wrong with that too. If I go on my profile, I'm going to find the first movie. I reviewed it on here. Where's the first movie? Super Mario. Here it is. Let's see what I gave this movie. I gave this a 60%. So I was right. I did give this a 60. So I gave it a 6 out of 10 pretty much. Yeah, it was pretty good. I remember watching that. It was pretty good. I had a fun time watching it. Did I love it? No, but I did have fun watching it. I didn't love it as much. I thought it was a good movie. I just didn't think it was perfect. It was anything too special. It was just good. It was just a good, fun family movie. That's all it was, you know? So, yeah. Again, it's all over the place right now, and I really got to watch this. I don't know why there's so much mixed stuff about this movie. It just is, I guess. So we got a lot of other people here talking about it. So here we go. So we know Fox McCloud, it's already given that he's in the movie and is voiced by Glenn Powell. So here you go. Discussing film. Glenn Powell called and pitched himself to Nintendo and said Illumination for the voice of Fox McCloud in the Super Mario Galaxy one. He explained that we had to understand how deeply he loved the character of Fox McCloud. His dream was one day to be part of the Star Fox movie. interesting because Glenn Powell was in Top Gun Maverick, and he understands a little bit of, the jets and everything. And I don't know if this is true or if he's just saying this because he wanted a position in there and they gave him this position. I don't know. Like, it could be anything. Maybe he is a fan of Star Fox. If he's a fan of Star Fox, that's pretty random, It's okay to be a fan of this, but this franchise has been dormant. It hasn't been really... They try to bring it back with Star Fox Zero, which was just a remake again of the N64 version, or the Super Nintendo, if you want to say, or even the 3DS. They just redid that story constantly. And then they had the Starlink, and that was it for Star Fox. Besides knowing about Fox in Smash Brothers, that's pretty much it for Star Fox, There hasn't been really a Star Fox game where I'm like, oh, I gotta get this game because this Star Fox looks awesome. The last one I personally really loved was Star Fox Assault. I know some people don't like that game. It's very mixed. I love Star Fox Assault. I even like Star Fox Adventure, even though I know it's not really a Star Fox game per se. I liked those both during the GameCube era. I played them the heck ton. So I loved both of those games. Even the one for N64 I loved. I even the one on DS I liked. I had the Star Fox Command. That was the last one I actually owned. I never played Star Fox Zero because it just looked weird, but yeah, so Glenn Powell really did a great job with Fox. And I said this to a friend too with Star Fox, that Fox, I feel like, is going to be a fan favorite in this movie. Like, I had a feeling, like, I could imagine him being like a Han Solo character, which I love Han Solo. He's one of my favorite characters in Star Wars. He could be like a Han Solo character, but also be like, in Shrek, they had Puss in Boots with Antonio Banderas, and he had his spinoff with his 2 movies, and people love Puss in Boots. I feel like this character, Glenn Powell's character as Fox, he's going to be the Puss in Boots character in Shrek, where people are just going to love this character. He's such a cool character. He's going to be, awesome character. He's like an edgelord, kind of deal. He's just awesome. Or he could be like a misfit, like kind of character where he's like an asshole kind of character. I can imagine that too, or something. But here's Mugen Lord. He said, "Bro nailed the voice for Fox. The theater went crazy when he showed up. That really brought a smile to my face. Is hearing little children going crazy over him." That's a big deal because Star Fox hasn't had a game since Star Fox Zero. These kids wouldn't know who he is unless they played Smash Brothers, but these were little children, so I doubt that. Fox is definitely making a return for sure. And you love to see it. I love myself some Star Fox. Even with the furry stuff, I don't give a shit. There's also reptiles in it. There's birds in it. There's different animals in there. I like Star Fox. I think Star Fox, more than Mario, you could do even a better story than Mario. Mario, very basic story, but Star Fox has more oomph to it. If they do ever a Star Fox thing, it would be awesome to see. So I love to see Star Fox represented for sure. But we have also here another one by Fertenta. I don't know, Fertenta. They really just stuffed as many references as possible, but they served almost zero purpose in carrying the plot. Think the only way to enjoy this movie is to be a Nintendo fan. But as a Fallout fan, I didn't enjoy Fallout for its fan service either. Good stories carry further. True. But Mugen Lord also says, Fallout is a story-driven game. Yeah, it is story-driven. There is a main purpose, but there's so many other side quests you can do, kind of like Elder Scrolls. But yeah, so of course you wouldn't like the show if the story is bad. Mario, on the other hand, is exactly for the fans. Could a Mario movie use story? Sure. But Mario's success was never based on story. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, and that's all a movie needs to be. Very true again. You know, I could see the both sides to this story. Like I said, some people didn't like it. It's crazy how you could literally cut this entire segment out of the movie and not a single thing would change. The plot just decides to take a break for 5 minutes to do Yoshi Island. Yeah, so they had Yoshi Island. We already saw that. We saw the Mario brother mini Yoshi Island with Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. We saw that in the trailer. But yeah, there's also Yoshi Island. That's crazy. I feel like this movie has so much in it, stuff that this could have been better as a TV series, to be honest. But maybe it should have been longer. I don't know. But yeah, I understand both sides where the story is kind of meh. And it's just all like key jangling, nostalgia here and there. Remember this, cameo this, remember that. Oh, look at that. Look at that thing, kind of thing. That's what I hear. But, again, I will see it for myself. I heard, though, it's really fast paced. So everything goes fast. You got to be paying attention, So we will see with this Mario movie. I will be watching it later this weekend. And I will be checking it out. I will definitely give you my 2 cents when it does come out, guys. So, yeah, that's the Mario reviews and speculation we got here. Okay. All right, let's get into the Shift Up thing, because this is very big. I would say this is very big, guys. All right, guys. So we got huge news that just came out recently with Shift Up. So they posted this a few days ago, and it says, "We are proud to partner with Unbound on what comes next, helping turn bold creative vision into great games for players around the world." And then they have the video, which we will not watch today because I'm running out of time. But we will read this article about it, which you guys, if you don't know, I also added to this and I retweeted it. And I said, wow, what a crazy power move on an ambitious game with the creators of Stellar Blade and Resident Evil working together. Is pretty insane. Sounds too good to be true, but I'll keep my eyes peeled on this one for the near future. And yes, these two, Korean, Japanese, the creator of Resident Evil and the creator of Stellar Blade working together is absolutely a powerhouse move. This is one of the big. So this is, we're going to be reading, the Unbound is his studio. I forgot what the creator's name is. We're going to read the article, though, about it. So let me get the article here. Here it is. Shift Up and Unbound announced partnership. So we're going to read this and give a good explanation of what is happening here. So 2 teams, 1 shared belief. Great games come from creative vision. And you love to see it. Just by this title, 2 teams, 1 shared belief. Great games come from creative vision is already giving me hope. Before the game, the people, Shift Up, the Korean-based developer behind Stellar Blade and Goddess of Victory Nikke, which I did play Stellar Blade. I like Stellar Blade, even I know, story's kind of meh. I still enjoy the gameplay. I like Stellar Blade. And Goddess of Victory Nikke is also a pretty good game, I like that too, even though I know it's a gacha game and all that. I still enjoy the game for that too. Toad Nikke and announces a publisher partnership with Unbound Inc., the Tokyo-based studio led by Shinji Mikami. That's the name of the creator, Shinji Mikami. I always forget. Shinji Mikami formerly director of Resident Evil and producer of Devil May Cry. Oh yeah, he did produce Devil May Cry 2. He did help a little bit in that. Shift Up will publish Unbound's titles, I don't know, supporting the team with its global publishing expertise and resources as they develop an original games. That's awesome. This is awesome. They don't have Sony breathing down their neck because, remember, Shift Up moved away from Sony. They don't need Sony to publish. They're their own publishers, their own game makers. They do everything in-house. So Unbound came in, Shinji Mikami's studio, Unbound, and they're like, let's team up and work together on this. And they have no limitations, no anything. They just do what they want. And it's awesome to see. At its heart, this began with something simple. Two creators who have spent decades in the industry, fiddling in the same room, realizing they share a similar vision for making games. It's awesome. And this video that I know we can't go in right now because I don't have too much time, but the video itself shows that there's some weird apocalyptic creatures in the background stuff. They're hinting at what kind of game it's going to be. It could be Stellar Blade 2. I hope not. I hope it's something a little bit different. I know they're working on Stellar Blade 2, but it seems like it might be something different and something more apocalyptic, it looks like. Shinji Mikami doesn't need an introduction, but here's one anyway. Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, Killer 7, Okami, Vanquish, The Evil Within, Hi-Fi Rush, Ghostwire Tokyo. 3 decades of work that helped define an action games as we know them today. With Unbound, he is building a studio focused on original experiences, creative exploration, and supporting the next generation of developers. That's so awesome. Dude, what a legend. The people on the team describe working with him in ways that don't sound like typical studio. He doesn't have his own office, says one team member. He sits at a desk with us. You can just talk to him. And the culture that creates exactly what you hope for. And Unbound, and at Unbound, we are able to talk about ideas freely with everyone, says another. If the idea is interesting, we can try to make it. Wow. So this is what games used to be, like devs and producers and everyone. This is what they used to do, game devs, back in the day. And this is what's lost now with these corporations. They don't talk to each other. They just do whatever it is, what the numbers say, what could be actually creative, what actually could move the gaming industry forward, do something that's different, inspiring, new, great art forms. But yeah, Huang Town Kim is the other half of this equation. As founder and CEO of Shift Up, he built his reputation the same way Mikami did, by making games with a distinct artistic identity and refusing to compromise on either. Goddess of Victory, Nikke, and Stellar Blade proved that. Despite being brand new IPs, they don't just compete at the highest level. They have established Shift Up as a global creator of premium, character-driven experiences. Now Kim is stepping into a new role, publisher, and is a philosopher on what that means. Is refreshing, direct. I grew up playing games from Shinji Mikami, he says. And to be here now, this is messing up how I look at it. Now, with working together is incredibly meaningful. But excitement alone isn't the point. Kim, ambition for Shift Up as a publisher is built on a simple conviction. If a work is good, people will naturally understand its value without needing excessive praise or forced recommendation. Through the partnership, Shift Up aims to support Unbound in bringing their creative vision to players around the world. This is really great to hear. Like, this is getting the West very, I would say this will get the West a little bit frightened of this new motivation, this new kind of Eastern type of creativity where you're not bound to any corporate entity. You're just doing what you love to do and try to get it out as you can do it, kind of deal. And it's very refreshing, very laid back, but you have great ideas. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. Let's see what we can do. This is what gaming used to be, guys, when they created games. What draws these two together isn't geography or market logic. It's shared conviction that strong creative direction and high quality execution go hand to hand. Unbound runs on parallel development, similar experimental titles alongside a large-scale flagship. So either ambitious nor the taking every gets or risk-taking ever gets sacrificed to the other. We believe we can respect each other as sorry, my bad, guys. One moment. I got to blow my nose real quick, guys. All right. I'm back. Okay. Own vision of ideas into focus like this and finding someone whose direction aligns the closely to something I've rarely experienced throughout in my career. I hope you keep building together for a long time. To introduce the partnership properly, we sat down inside the Unbound studio in Tokyo with Shinji Mikami, his team, and Hagutao Kim together on camera for the first time. It's not a trailer. It's not a hype reel. It's a conversation between creators who are serious about that they're building. So I already saw the trailer, and it was very, very interesting. They feel happy. They feel like they can actually create what they like to create. It looks like a good partnership. About Unbound Inc. Unbound is an independent game studio based on Tokyo, led by CEO Shinji Mikami, comprised of veteran developers behind some of the most iconic titles in Japan gaming history. The studio is dedicated in creating original IPs for global audiences. About Shift Up Corp, we know the Shift Up market. Yep. I heard like his studio has people from old school to Shadow of Colossus, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, like a lot of games from different franchises that are just banger after banger after banger franchises and games they made. Shinji Mikami has them in his group. He straight up has like the best people. He has the A team, and then they have the new A team, the new upcoming Shift Up A team, and it's just literally just a power move. This is just like, what can go wrong with this? I don't know. Now, I have to keep aware, even though I'm hyped for what's going on here, I have to also keep aware on what will this project be. Just keep my interest, peek out, see it through. And for the near future, like I said, I will keep my eyes peeled on this, because this is a big news and this is blowing up everywhere. Sony seeing this, Xbox, Square Enix, Capcom, everyone's seeing this right, and they're like, uh-oh, this might be something very inspiring, something ambitious, something that we've never seen before, and something that could be a new franchise to come. It could be. It could be. Easily, it could be. You never know. So, yeah, this is an awesome power move. I know I don't have time to watch the trailer, but it is a good trailer just in general. It's just them telling what they want to do, how they were sick and tired of how this corporate industry is working, and they're going to do it their own way. And that's probably the best way to do it. I know Shinji Mikami might be retiring soon, and who knows, maybe this will be his way out. Maybe he'll have someone take over the reins after, but maybe he's just like letting all these people like do what you want, and oh, I'm here for it. I'll support you, and I'll see what we can do together, you know, kind of deal. But yeah, this is a strong power move, and this came out April Fool's, like April 1st, and I thought this was fake. I was like, there's no way. This is too good to be true, but it's actually real. So yeah, we'll see what this happens with this, but this is huge news, and I think there's going to be a lot more we'll be seeing with Shift Up and Unbound with this, and love to see this. This is a game I'll keep my eyes peeled, like I said, but I'll keep my expectations low. But from what I see and who are working on this, this is very exciting. And this could be a new generation of game that comes out, and it's going to be a game people will be talking for years to come. I hope. Now, I could be wrong. It could be ass. I don't know. We'll see what happens with this. But it could be something special. Something special will happen with this for sure. For sure. All right, guys. That was the last topic for today. Let me see if I think that was the last topic. Could be wrong. Let me check it out real quick. Yep, that was the last topic for today, guys. Again, thank you everyone for lurking, watching, going back into the VODs, the old videos, and rewatching these. You guys are awesome. I thank you all again. Again, before we leave, like, sub this stream or this video. I appreciate all of you. I hope you guys have a good weekend or great weekend. Or if you're celebrating Easter, happy Easter, guys, and all that. Or spring break. Have a great spring break as well, guys. I hope to see you guys soon, which we will see each other soon. Probably next week. I'll let you guys know when I'll be streaming and what's up. So keep your eyes peeled on posts and on my Twitter, as you can see over there. And if you want to support the channel, you can support by buying me a coffee. You can support me there. You can donate or tip or whatever you want to do. In my description below as my link tree to all my socials. You can find me on there as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me today, guys. I thank you so much again, and I hope to see you, and I will see you guys, not hope to see you, but I will see you guys in the next one. Let's get out of here, guys. See you guys soon.
Are you not entertained?